Audio Jungle.
Good afternoon everyone and welcome to JD Daily News episode 2. Well, how quickly things change. Only yesterday I was sat here in this very seat telling you how school would be running a little bit differently for the next 2 weeks, and then Prime Minister Johnson told us all it would be for a few weeks longer. However, life at home and life at JD carries on. I hope you've been managing with your online learning okay, and you managed to log on to Google Classroom this morning, and that you've been enjoying some of the live learning experiences that your teachers have provided for you. And we hope that you enjoyed the activities as well. On to our next item. And with life at school changing and also your online learning happening at home, we have managed to get a live interview with Mr. Minot, our head of school, and I believe Mr. Minot will be joining us now. Mr. Minot, are you there? Can you hear me? Fantastic. The first thing I'd like to ask you, Mr. Minot, is could you tell us about how you've had to prepare the school for the next few weeks of learning?
Thank you. We had to send a form out to all parents to see who was eligible to come to school. We've had to make minor adjustments to classrooms, and we've also had to change the way in which we teach some of the lessons.
Okay, thank you for that, thank you. Now Mr. Minot, we know that you love technology. How excited are you about James Dixon's online learning opportunities?
Yes, I do love online learning. I do believe that online learning is just as important as face-to-face learning, and we're doing everything we physically can to make sure all children receive the same quality of education.
Thank you, that sounds very exciting indeed. And what would be your top tips for children when carrying out online learning?
My top tips are to watch and re-watch. Also, I would say after 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break. Walk away from the screen.
Fantastic, that sounds great. And finally, Mr. Minot, because I know you're very busy, what message would you give to our children as they work remotely over the next few weeks?
The message will be that we miss you, that it may be different and difficult, but keep trying.
Okay, thank you. Well, Mr. Minot, thank you very much for your time. That was Mr. Minot there, our head of school. And lastly, in this episode of JD Daily News, tomorrow's Achievement Assembly will be at 10:30 with Mr. Minot hosting, and it's an Achievement Assembly with a difference tomorrow. So make sure you tune in at 10:30. As ever, the link will be sent to you via SMS, or get yourself onto Google Classroom. Enjoy tomorrow's Achievement Assembly. My name's been Mr. Entwistle, and I'll be bringing you episode 3 of JD Daily News tomorrow. Thank you and good night.
Audio Jungle.